Hi, my name is Gary Belcher. I am a commercial photographer working out of Dublin. I work countrywide. I would be regarded as a general practitioner, so I would shoot food, people, architecture, etc. My aim is to make this video as short as possible, so I'll apologize in advance if there is any hard cuts, any hard edits. I shoot plenty of hotels. This video is aimed at the hospitality sector. Basically the whys, the do's and the don'ts of booking a photographer and organizing a shoot. Most hotels will only use a photographer every 3, 4, 5 years, or whenever there's a refurbishment or there's an update. And a lot of hotels believe that it's a very expensive process that they don't really need. The fact is that photography is probably one of the cheaper or less expensive or more affordable, let's call it, purchase that a hotel will make, when you consider that you get a suite of images that will last, well, 5 years. Choosing a photographer is a simple enough process. You know, the route of least resistance is to use a recommendation from another hotel or a company like Net Affinity. You know, these people have already started the vetting process for you. I think you can look at websites, other hotel websites, or a sister hotel, and if you like their shots, ring the general manager and ask for the photographer's name. That's a great start. When you finally get down to your short list of photographers, look at their websites. In particular, look at their architectural work. Hotels and hotel interiors are fundamentally architectural photography. With regard to photographers' rates, you can book a photographer for $650 a day, right up to $1,500 a day. There's a sweet spot in there. I think it's at $850, $900 a day. That's the guy or the girl who wants to work next week and you know, has valued themselves at a price point that is value. You're going to make this decision. You're going to check out their website and make sure that they have the know-how. So when you found your photographer, communication is everything. That's what it's all about. It's all about communicating. What you'll do is you'll put together a definitive shot list. This will have absolutely every shot you can think of. You'll have your 4 bedrooms, you'll have your reception foyer, you'll have your bar, you'll have your restaurant. You'll have your leisure facilities, you'll have your conference facilities, you'll have your exterior, night and day. You'll put down food, cocktails. You might put down people shots. These would be key staff members. You won't photograph everybody, but you will have contemporary style portraiture of key members of staff. I think this is important. Although it's one of the things when you're trying to save money is what you eliminate first, but I think it's important that these exist. Drawing up a definitive shot list eliminates any ambiguity further down the line. It's on the list, the shot's on the list, the photographer's approved it, the photographer's priced it, you're happy with the cost, he's happy with the list. If he runs into trouble with time and it's not your fault, well, you'll get the shots at the end of the day. If the photographer is telling you that, look, it's a 3-day shoot and you can only budget for 2 days, there's workarounds, there's ways, you know, you can say, well, look, you can take off some of the shots, or you can say to him, look, this is our budget and these are the shots we need, can you do it? Generally, yes. You know, he will need all hands on deck on the day. He will need every space that he's shooting to be prepared in advance and to be perfectly prepared. Most shoots don't go that smoothly, where there's always a little bit of hanging around. You arrive in a restaurant and it's set up for breakfast rather than evening meal, or, you know, there's simple things like that. Pillows in rooms are not correct. These things just stall, and these 10, 15, 20-minute gaps just add up at the end of the day to a few hours that you're missing, and that you're missing shots. So it's all down to organization and, again, communication. When I'm working, I generally schedule 8 key shots per day, and then on top of that we might do 2 or 3 detail shots. The 8 key shots are you have your 4 bedrooms, your single, your double, your twin, your family room maybe, and I like to get them done before lunch on the first day, and then that sort of sets up the shoot. Once you know you've got your bedrooms in the can, you can crack on with everything else. And the other, let's say, 4 key shots for that day might be the foyer, bar, reception. Exterior shots, night and day. Now, doing nighttime shots in the summertime is a bit of a pain because it's 11 in the evening or it's 4 in the morning. So that might not work. You might only end up with a daytime shot. With regard to Photoshop and post-production, yeah, you can change photographs later. You're better off obviously shooting the shot you want. But if you have to make changes, you can do a lot of things. Generally, a photographer will shoot for Photoshop. So when he's shooting, he knows he can warm this up, or he can cool this down, or I can move that car, or I can, if he can't move it at the time of the shot. And if the client doesn't like something in a shot or wants to change something in a shot, it can be done most of the time, not all of the time. But there's a cost to this, and it's generally €90 an hour is a Photoshop fee, but it can be 140 an hour depending on the studio you're using. It's something you have to think about. It's definitely a consideration. So the answer is yes. Photoshop can be used and can be a hugely important tool. The way I will work is when I'm shooting the bedrooms, I will ask for beautiful pillows, and I will bring these pillows around with me to the other bedrooms. I won't ask for pillows for every bedroom. I also ask for a great breakfast tray. It wouldn't be a fried breakfast, it would be a cooked breakfast, it would be a continental breakfast, but it will be impressive. It will stand up to photography by itself, and it's important to have that. You might use it in all the bedrooms, but you'll certainly use it in one. A bowl of fruit is always handy to have, newspaper is always handy to have. These are just props that a lot of bedrooms need, just a tiny little lift, or it's more to show that there's a person in there. In hotels is all about people. I think it's critical that you include people. If I'm shooting a bedroom, sometimes I like to include a person at the end. So when the bedroom is shot, I will ask for housekeeping to supply somebody to turn down the bed, or just do something in the room just to bring a person into the room. Turning down a bed mightn't be a service you offer, but it doesn't matter. It's just nice to have the human aspect included. So I think, to recap, when you're finding a photographer, use a recommendation if you can, and communicate. Do that definitive shot list, absolutely everything you can think of to be photographed. Everything from the bedrooms to the conference facilities to the leisure to the gym. Everything, absolutely everything. And then you'll know your outside number in terms of cost, and you can work back from there. If you have any other queries, any questions, don't hesitate. Gary@garybelcher.ie. I'll try and answer any of your questions. Thanks for listening.